This meeting is being recorded.
Mariana, you are being muted.
Marian, you're mute. You're mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm going to try that again.
Is
Is it
everything all right?
possible to share?
I'm not so sure, but when I share, you can't seem to hear me. I'm not
Yes.
sure why. Okay, let me try this again.
Yeah, it's very weird. When you share the slide, right, then your Zoom automatically off. The sound is off.
Oh, okay. I'm not so sure what to do.
It's okay.
Perhaps
You can drop the slide in WhatsApp and then we will open it.
the file is a bit too big. Do you want to give it a try? Okay, I'll just give it a try one more time and see, okay?
Right.
Sure.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. But I'm afraid the video might have a bit of an issue, but we'll give it a try and see. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience, everyone. Hi, once again, I'm Marianne. I'm from University of Brighton, and we have Bao here from LSBU, London South Bank University. First of all, thank you so much, Pavan, Kitty, and Timothy for arranging this particular session. One of the biggest question I think most of you might be having in your minds is why are these two particular universities? One of the first of all, they're both new universities. They're both within around the same area, and you're talking about business and engineering. Why? How does this help me? Well, that is the reason why we are having this particular session. We are here to show you why Brighton and LSBU is the right choice for business and engineering for your students, but on different scenarios. So some students will fit better for LSBU and some students will fit better for Brighton. And hence that is why we are here to show you some very distinct comparison between these two institutions, and from there it will help you when you are counseling the students. Again, you have so many products to talk about, but when it comes to very unique areas, what can you use to promote institutions better? All right, so before moving along too much, we would love to show you a quick video of our universities, but I'm just a little concerned you might not be able to hear it. Mine has got the wordings which you can see, but give it a try and see. All right, I promise you mine is 1 minute, so we'll try and wrap this up fast. As said, that is a very quick video on Brighton. The next one will be on LSBU. But just to understand a bit, are you able to hear the video?
Oh, we didn't hear.
Yeah, so in that case, I think we can skip the LSBU video. We can send back the video later on the wrap up emails, and we can jump
Okay.
into our main topic. Yes.
Sure. All right. So, Bao, I think I will leave it to you to handle the next one.
All right.
Over to you, Bao.
Yeah, thank you, Marian. So basically, I believe that all of our agent has been very familiar with this kind of webinar activity. So that's why we want to do something different. So a bit of comparison within one session, you can learn more about two universities at the same time. And this time, we want to try with the business and engineering major first, because we do believe that it is one of the most popular majors that have been chosen by Southeast Asian students. And also at the same time, there's a demand for business and engineering students. Meanwhile, we are confident about our product has been providing a really strong UK employability with a high potential for Asian recruitment. So along the way, we will try to not going into details because our counselor teams will be very expertise in finding information on our website. But instead, we want to highlight some key selling point, making you guys easier to remember about the University of Brighton and LSBU. All right.
Over
So,
to you.
yeah, Pafan, please.
So, which program do you recruit mostly?
Yes. So you guys can use your mobile to scan the QR code over there and typing the answer. The answer will automatically appears on the screen so we can see the feedback, which is very important from our agent partners.
Okay, everyone, please use your mobile phone to scan the QR code, and then it will lead you to the page that allow you to answer the question. Please feel free to join in. You can text anything because we cannot see your name.
Yes, exactly.
Accounting and finance. Wow. Marketing as well.
Right.
Sorry, it's all in business school. MBA. Computer science, yes.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Yes. Anything else? Engineering, yeah.
Engineering, all right.
Yeah. One person did read the topic of the session today, so they put the word engineering as well.
Okay. We
Yeah,
are waiting a bit
one
more.
participant is typing now.
I think
Maybe
it
the
falls
same.
back to MBA.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, yeah.
Thanks for completing the survey. This is very important for us because in the future, not just within this part one, we are trying to schedule more and more, topic that relevant to the major that you guys usually recruiting. So moving on to the next slide, I would like to give you a brief introduction about LSBU. So basically, when it comes to mentioning about LSBU, people usually know that it is located in central of London. And we actually not a new university. We have been founded long times ago, like 130 years. But back then, we are polytechnic institution. And we officially gained the university status in 1992. So that's why we are still considered modern university. So modern uni means that we have been invested a lot into the facilities to make sure that the student life is so vibrant. At the same time, we not just care about ranking, to be honest, we care more about the employability outcomes. So 3 years in a row, we actually been in top 20 in the UK for starting salaries, and we also rank first among other modern university. So think when you remember about LSBU is that we have central location, we care about employabilities, we are offering affordable tuition fee along with the guarantee university accommodation. And just recently, we has been voted as university a student choice award as well. We rank third for the whole country in the UK, right? Yeah, moving on, we can have I can talk about the location. So the red triangle, as you can see on the screen, is our main campus, Southwark, which is located in Zone 1, London. So the tools how icon that I circle here is our university accommodation. It is guaranteed for international applicants, all right? So our campus is just next to the Elephant and Castle station, meaning moving around the city is just very convenient for LSBU students. On the right-hand side, you can see that we are close to Borough Market and Financial District. This is where most of my students can find a part-time job and even placement and internship later on.
And welcoming you to Brighton. Sorry, I'm very sorry about my voice. But yeah, welcoming you to Brighton. Some of you may have visited Brighton as a tourist, and some of you would have heard of Brighton from many different kinds of sources. So one of the things that we're very, very famous for is Brighton is known as the sunniest place in the UK because we are located right down south of England. But we are not far away from London. We are only an hour away from London. As you can see from the picture, what welcomes you to Brighton is the sunny beach, is the national parks. The place is very lively with music, with fashion, nightlife, digital scenes. These are the kind of things that welcomes you. Any of you who are interested into Gordon Ramsay, you would be able to find a lot of videos of him being recorded in Brighton because that's his favorite spot. Or if anyone is into football, of course, World Cup now, but Brighton and Hove is not that popular for World Cup. However, we are very much popular under Premier League. And in fact, the stadium, the American Express Stadium, is actually located on our campus itself. So if you're flying into UK, we normally encourage you to fly into Gatwick Airport. Heathrow, yes, it is no problem at all, but it's a busier airport and it takes you an hour. But if you're flying into Gatwick Airport, one, it is not that busy as Heathrow. Number two, there is a train station in the airport itself. So which means you don't need to lug your bags around, look for transport and things like that. You can get a train from Gatwick, 4 stops away. You actually reach Brighton itself. So that is the other big plus point for Brighton students. And it is a university that's very, something like what Bao had mentioned earlier. We were previously a polytechnic with long history with various different kinds of colleges. And then we combined together and got the university status in 92. So we are considered a new university, but historically, it has been there for quite some time. And what is the biggest plus point of joining a polytechnic university is that we emphasize into careers. I cannot stop emphasizing onto it because we have more than 50 accrediting bodies who have accredited our programs, and we literally have work-related learning that's embedded into every single program of ours, whether it's a sandwich year or it's a placement within the program itself, regardless of whether it's undergraduate or postgraduate program. So that's to give you a little bit about Brighton as a place. Okay, so now in terms of the business program. So we'll segregate this to two different sections. So we have the business side of things, and then we have the engineering side of things. So I'm sure you are very familiar with programs like some of the things that we mentioned just now, accounting, business, marketing, MBA. These are the very normal programs that you get to hear. But if you notice across this couple of years, you're hearing more and more new programs come in, a lot more programs that are interdisciplinary areas. So they're all high in demand. But what actually helps? Does accounting alone help? Or is it accounting with something else helps? So there's a lot of cross-culture programs that is being offered by both the universities. And what makes it unique is also we have lots of opportunity for, as I mentioned just now, one is placement. But also the other thing that I think that's not been promoted so much is for students looking for study abroad options. So students who are going in for their first year of the program and things like that, that is an area that they can definitely look into. And in addition to it, sorry, doing a business program in the UK in one of our universities, it also helps students to start on placements, to start on projects, to start with a mind of entrepreneurship right from the beginning of their program. So one of the things that we look into is we have this thing called as the University of Brighton Collaborate, which is where you have the business idea models, you work with the university, and you work on a partnership of things. All right, so just to introduce you, we have three main areas. One is the accounting, the other one is business management and marketing. Under our accounting, finance, and economics, these are the programs that we do offer at undergraduate and postgraduate level. We also do offer the ACCA program. And as you can see, these are the accreditations that we have. In fact, this is our Bloomberg test of room where our students will actually have the experience of having lifetime Bloomberg sessions that they can work on and understand things better. So this is what I said. You're actually working on real time, and it's just not examples of what has happened 1 week before, a year before. None of that. These are actual real time events that you are working on. So that is the extent of experience that students get when they are at Brighton. And most of these programs, in fact, all of these programs do have a sandwich year. I'm sure most of you are familiar with what sandwich year is, but if you're not familiar, students can do year 1, year 2 program. In their third year, they can go and work for a year, gain the experience with the industry players, come back, and then continue on with their fourth year. Even at master's level, we do have a placement in their second year that students can choose from. All right. And then comes the other area of business and management. So in fact, these are the programs that we have under the business management for undergraduate and postgraduate level. And one of the things that we are very, very popular at this point of time is for management entrepreneurship. This is an area a lot of students are actually being more focused on. They all are trying to be entrepreneurs. How do they work on this? So as I mentioned just now, the collaborate is one of the biggest things. I'm so sorry, that students will be able to work on. So they come in with business ideas, pitching. There is an incubator hub that they can work on, not only with the university, but industry players from within Brighton, from London, who come over and they work on these projects together. All right. And then we have, I'm sorry. And under our marketing program, these are the programs that we do offer at undergraduate and postgraduate level. Again, for all these programs, if you can see below at the side, I've included the accreditation part as well. So be rest assured that all these programs are accredited, and they come with a placement included as well. All right. Over to you, Bao.
Yeah, thank you, Marian. So similar to Brighton, at our SBU, we also offering the placement or sandwich year. So basically, the term sandwich year will be stick to the bachelor level. Meanwhile, at master degree, we call it placement year. So this is kind of something optional for students to choose whether they want to extend one extra year within the UK to gain more work experience. So at our SBU, at the moment, it says on sandwich year, the student don't need to pay extra fee. They basically just go for work, and of course they receive the support from the university to helping them to find a placement or internship opportunity. But when it comes to the postgraduate level, I mean the placement year, the student only need to pay £1,000 extra, which I think is very affordable compared with so many others university in the UK. And one thing I just want to highlight that if your student want to register for the placement or sandwich option, they need to do it at the very beginning stage. I mean, the application stage, because it's related very closely to the CAS issuance and the visa matter later on, right? Moving on to our business school, I just want to show you guys the list of our courses. So the one in white is bachelor level. Meanwhile, the yellow highlighted is going to be the master degree. So our business school will include accounting and finance, business management, economics, project management, and marketing. So the good thing about business school is that we offering actually 3 intakes per year, September, January and May. So it's quite flexible in terms of intakes for international students. And from the tuition fee, as I listed here, as you can see, we are this is the gross tuition fee. I mean, not yet apply the scholarship or discount, but it's already affordable to international students. Among these business schools, I would say that accounting and finance will be the most popular one. So we used to be in top 5 in London for teaching accounting and finance, actually in the same group with some top ranking university. So since 2023, I would say that we have a big growth for accounting and finance applications. I think partly of the reason is because the cost structure is very practical, which we are trying to simulate the real work experience. And especially in terms of accreditations, our Master of Accounting and Finance, once the student complete that degree, they can be exempted from 7 modules of ACCA and all modules of CMA certificate, which I think is very crucial for any accounting and finance student when it comes to the state that they start looking for their job and building their professional career. Yeah.
All right. Would you like to start first, Bao?
Yes. So there's a bit of comparison between the 2 universities. So at our SBU, because of that, our location is very central. So it also means that our students have a better opportunity to being exposed to employers and global networks and to build up their professional career. Placement is, like I said, is always embedded into our programs, allowing our students to work at a professional environment. Together with that, once the student enroll at our SBU, they can enjoy the Career Smart program. This is kind of employability service that we are offering to every student. So to be honest with you, when it comes to consulting with the counselor team, the most common question that I usually receive is that is there any extra curriculum that we can offering for international student, or international student, do we have to pay extra fee to enjoy those career service? Actually, at our SBU, there's no discrimination between domestic or international students. So every student who enroll to our school, they can enjoy these employability service for free. So that is something we talk about. The placement and internship, the one-on-one coaching to build up their CV, interacting and connecting the student with our industry partners, and even the job fair, career fair that happening 2-3 times per year. All these kind of activities are free for international students, all right? So I do hope that with these key selling point, you can imagine how supportive we are toward our student, helping them to find a job after graduation. Yeah.
Thank you, Bao. In terms of University of Brighton, a couple of USPs that you could use is that, of course, it is practical learning. Right from second week of enrollment, you are actually working on projects. You're working on real-time projects, and you have placements right from the very beginning. How do you do that? Because there are also dedicated spaces where you can look for learning and training all throughout. I've already spoken about the connection, and we also have something called as the Plus X Brighton Innovative Hub, where there is the Bright Network for anyone who's looking at startup or for entrepreneurship. So that is why those areas are really, really popular at the university. Just like Bao mentioned, for LSBU Brighton, we also have the Careers and Employment Office that's in every campus, who will be there to guide you regardless of where you come from on how to prepare for an interview, how to dress, how do you answer your questions confidently, how to prepare a cover letter, or how to prepare a presentation. These are some of the things that are very, very crucial to young minds. Okay, and this is where the team is there to guide them through. However, it does not actually just stop there. So you have graduated, you have come back to your home country, and you want to upskill yourself. University of the Careers and Employment Office is there with various different kinds of programs on a monthly basis. They actually send newsletters out to students. It's whether you're going to use it or not, but there's lots of opportunity for you to upskill yourself every time there is a new project. So, and that is lifelong. All right. So that is the kind of engagement, that is the kind of commitment Brighton has towards their students. All right. So I think it pretty much gives you a good idea of, if you have a student coming to you who says, look, I would like to be in right smack in London, to have all these industry players just next to me, which is the kind of institution you want to choose. You have LSBU there. Or if you have a student who is looking at, I don't want to be in such a hustle bustle, but I would like to be in a little bit more quieter place, but easy access and things like that, then University of Brighton would be of a choice. All right.
Yep.
So over to you, Pavan and Kitty, because again, this is something we'd like to find out from you. Oops, I think I made a mistake here. Okay, so Pavan and Kitty, I'll take this over. If you don't mind, it's actually what business programs do you think you can promote better based on what you have seen so far for
Uh,
LSBU?
it's business, everyone, not healthcare.
It's for
It's
business.
business. Yeah.
Please excuse the sick mind at the moment because I was the one who made that mistake.
No problem. This is the foreshadow to the next session. Yes.
That's
The
right.
next session, we're going to do the healthcare one.
If you have anything that you find in particular, please feel free to put that up too.
Yes. Everyone in the business area, from the presentation, which one you think is worth promoting? Marketing management, economics.
Is there anybody else who would like to share?
Oh, another marketing management. Digital business. Yeah. Another two people is texting.
Good. Apply in digital era.
Entrepreneurship.
Any others?
It's very interesting that you see that marketing management. Imagine it was 10 years ago, people thought it would be like finance or accounting or economics. Now it's like
Yeah.
marketing management. Very, very interesting. Ah, there's economics.
But it's also surprising because I think about 10 years back, I used to get a lot of application from Thailand for marketing communications as well. And no one has mentioned that. Any others?
Even law is not inside there too. Like wandering law, business law, like, very interesting.
Okay. So shall we move along to the next part?
Yep.
Okay, so moving along to the next part, we would like to cover on engineering at LSBU and University of Brighton. Over to you, Bao.
Right. So within the College of Technologies and Environment, we actually have 4 pillars. But I would, to be very honest with you, that engineering and computer science, this is something that I always receive the inquiries from agents and students from our Southeast Asia. So for today's session, I only focus on these 2 minors. All right. The very first one would be the engineering and design. So we have been founded 130 years ago, but we start with baking first, and then engineering will be the second major that we start teaching. So we have over 130 years of teaching experience. So our main campus here, located at London Zone 1, we actually rebuilt it in 2022. And we also spent a 6,000 meter square just for building the study space and the lab, engineering lab for engineering students. So we are talking about the formula student room, the materials lab, and even some others multi-functional rooms where we are conducting the live project and brief on the course as well. On the next slide, you can also see our course list for engineering. So what we got here is chemical engineering, civil engineering, electrical and electronics, mechanical engineering, and product design. So when it comes to engineering programs, I would say that we are confident on the student satisfaction, because for so many years we have been ranked top in the UK for student satisfaction in engineering courses. And just and within these major, I would say that chemical engineering and mechanical engineering is what we receive the most application from. I think partly of the reason is because we have pretty good ranking for those majors. All right. Moving on, we also have some computer science and digital technologies. Similar to business courses, we also open 3 intakes per year for computer science. That is, we are talking about IT, computer science, even artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and data science. So on the course list, you can see that we also have some top-up option that I would like to also talking about it in the next few slides as well. Yeah. So at LSBU, our program can start from foundation up until master degrees, where we if you have a look on the course structure, you can see that we have a mix, a very good combination between theories and practice. And especially instead of sending students just into a very basic classroom, we would love to send them to our spacious laboratories areas where they have hands-on experience and learning by doing teaching approach. So this is something that I'm believe that not just LSBU but University of Brighton is also carry on that kind of teaching method, because we want to make sure that the students, they study what they will do in the the career path as well, right? Okay, so yeah, top up courses. This is something that we call year 3 entry. So top up means that if you have students have already spent some time, like 2 or 3 years at their home country, but they went and then they want to spend 1 extra year in the UK to, to explore, to experience the UK as a study destination, they can think about the top up courses. So basically, the logic here is that we will have a look into their transcript to see if they have if their transcript is also equivalent to the first 2 years of our bachelor degrees, then we can accept them into year 3 entry at our SBU. But if you see that if the transfer credit is not just equivalent to each other, we can also suggest the year 2 entry as well. So I do hope that top up courses will be an option for students who's kind of budget wise and only want to spend 1 year study in the UK rather than, for the whole 3 years of the bachelor, which require a lot of more, finance budgets and more time to study in the UK. All right.
All right, thank you, Bao. And moving along to what we have under Brighton has under our engineering program. So as what Bao had mentioned, we also have it under a couple of classifications. And one of the areas that we do have is under the architecture and design. So if you have students who are looking at design engineering, there are programs for BEng and MEng. And under civil engineering, we don't stop with 1, 2. As you can see from the list, there's a whole lot of lists that we have, right from BEng to MEng, or with certain kind of programs like construction management, or with environmental engineering or structural engineering. And these programs are actually BEng, MEng, or if you have students who have done a BEng and would not like to continue on with their MEng, they can do an MSc as well. As you can see, these are the accreditations that we do have. And if you see here, these are actual pictures of students on placement. So that is like what Bao had mentioned just now. Both LSBU and Brighton are polytechnic. So we started off with our engineering schools. We are very well versed into those areas, very hands-on, very practical. And as you can see, these are some of the actual pictures of students working onto their projects. The other area that we do have is more onto the engineering side, like automotive or aerospace, ENE, and then we have mechanical engineering. We also have robotics and mechatronic engineering as well. All right. And we have postgraduate areas like artificial intelligence and robotics, engineering management. We also have a range of top-up programs. This is an area, like what Bao had mentioned just now, we seem to see an interest from Southeast Asia because more and more parents and students are looking for a shorter duration, but with a UK qualification, cheaper cost. So this could be an area that students could be looking at. And they vary on a case-to-case basis. So we just need to do a mapping. And as I said, it's not something new to us, but we have seen a lot of applications from Southeast Asia onto these programs. Bao, would you like to explain on the entry requirements for yourself?
Yes, so in terms of the entry requirement, basically most of the program have very quite the same entry requirement across the major, except for the health courses. All right. So when it comes to the international qualifications like A level, IBs, and AP, we can accept them directly based on their score. So this is all the minimum score that you can really advise to your students. When it comes to if you have students who complete the HND Pearson level 5, they can also be considered for our top-up degree, which is year 3 entries. In the next slide, I also list out our entry requirement for country specific. So the good thing about LSBU is that we can accept students directly from Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia to our year 1 bachelor degree based on their local high school diploma. It means that your student don't need to study the foundation, all right? So, but unfortunately, the student coming from Cambodia and Philippines, because of the differences in terms of qualification, foundation is still required, and you might need to submit another application through CEG on campus, all right? Moving on to the postgraduate level, we can accept most of the Southeast Asian country qualification to our master degree. For example, Malaysian student only need to provide a bachelor degree with 55% or GPA from 2.5 over 4. And this is applied to all for the rest of the C country. And this is also means that there's no pre-master is required for our student, all right?
For University of Brighton, if you're looking at A levels, what we normally require is 3 Bs or a B and 2 Cs. If it is for engineering programs, then it should include maths and physical sciences. If it's for masters, then it's a 1A, 2 Bs, or if it is for an MEng program, then it's 1A, 2 Bs. We do accept BTech or OTHM. These are the qualifications that we can, or when it comes to top up and things like that, we can accept HNDs, OTHM, and things like that as well. All right. But BTech, this is the qualification for IB and things like that. Top up programs, definitely on a case-to-case basis. If they are from local colleges within the Southeast Asia region, we can look at them on a case-to-case basis of things. All right. And then, as I mentioned just now, we have the 2-year option of programs where students can take, and it does come with industrial placement included into it as well. We have also just introduced 2 new programs, which is the artificial intelligence and robotics and advanced manufacturing. All right. In terms of individual country requirement, I'll be more than happy to share them. It's on our website, but I'll be more than happy to share them with Yes Education, and they will be happy to circulate it over to you. So, Pavan and Kitty, would you like to proceed with the quiz?
Yes.
Yes. So,
Which engineering programs offered at LSBU and University of Brighton is most sought after? So this one can answer one or
I think you can choose a multiple.
okay.
So basically, we just want to know which one is the most, the easiest major that you guys can promote. And yeah.
Yeah. Which one is in our country demands? You can just choose it. So we all know, we all learn from each other as well.
Mm.
We have a whole list here. Shall we see who all has answered, or shall I wait?
Okay, guys, we will review the outcome of the survey after a few seconds. So yeah, just complete that. Yeah. Good to know.
So we are seeing computer science and informatics. Okay. Pavan, Kitty, and Timothy. I think this gives you a bit of an idea of what is it that people are looking at.
I'm very surprised that civil engineering is not on the list because I think we have got a lot of inquiry for civil engineering.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
All right.
yeah, but maybe the others is getting more popular in these recent years.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you for answering, everyone. A.
Oh,
Okay. So moving along.
Kitty as well.
Sorry, Kitty as well. That's right. So moving along. I think, Bao, over to you, the next area that everyone is looking forward to.
All right, talking about the scholarship and tuition fee. So basically, you only need to remember that LSPU offering the tuition fee range between 16 to 20,000 pounds. This is before scholarship, all right? But when you apply the scholarship and some discount scheme, our tuition fee will down back to 13 to 15,000 pounds per year. We have three main scholarship scheme. The first one is International Merit Award that targeting undergraduate students with the value worth 2,000 pounds per year. I mean 6,000 pounds in total. The second one would be applied for every international applicant, regardless they are undergraduate or postgraduate. That is called Global Success Scholarship. It really based on their major they are applying for. Then the scholarship amount will range between 2,000 to 4,000 pounds, and it only applicable for the very first year of study. But basically, studying master in the UK is only 1 year, so I don't think it's a real issue. Other than that, we also have Pathway Progression Scholarship that is for students who complete the foundation or international year 1 in the UK and then apply to LSPU. Student can only choose one of these three scholarship scheme, all right? But they can combine the scholarship with the early settlement discounts. This discount can be applied when the student pay 1 year tuition fee in full, and they can be applicable for every single year, every academic year when the students study with us. In the next few slides will be further details into our scholarship, but I will not go into details because I believe the Yes team will send back the slide to the agent as well. So you can move to the next over to Marian's, please.
Would you like to cover this?
No, just keep
Okay.
going.
All right. Okay. So for University of Brighton, this is the range of tuition fees that you're looking at: 17,796 to about 19,692 for undergraduate. And for postgraduate, it ranges between 17,000 to 21,000. All right. If there is a placement year involved, then you wouldn't be paying the full year's tuition fees, but just a minimal management fees, which is about 1,900 pounds. All right. We do accept, there are different installment plans that students can choose from. And for self-funded international students, you will be required a deposit of 5,000 pounds when you obtain your conditional offer to proceed to your unconditional stage. All right. And in terms of scholarships, yes, we have a whole range of scholarships that's available. We have the Vice Chancellor Scholarship for undergraduate level, it's at about 4,000 pounds. And at postgraduate level, it's 2,000 pounds. Then we have early payment discounts, we have sports scholarships, we have the special scholarships. So for instance, if you see here, there is, for the new programs that we mentioned, there is special scholarships worth up to 5,000 pounds. And we have scholarships where you can combine. In fact, one of the things that we encourage our students to do is to get all of them to apply through agents. Why? Because if they do apply through agents, I'll show you an example of how it works. If it is a student applying for an undergraduate program, for example, for a top-up program, if the tuition fees is 18,108, There is the Vice Chancellor Scholarship of £2,000. And if they apply through an agent, they get an additional £500. And if they start from the first year, they get £500 for every year of their studies. If it is for postgraduate area, if they're applying for the business school or the engineering program in specific, all right, then they get the agent scholarship, not 500, but they get £1,000 off. They get the Vice Chancellor Scholarship worth £2,000. And if they make their payment and all by the particular deadline, deposit payment by the particular deadline and things like that, they get an additional £500. I'm sorry, it's gone forward. Yeah, so they get an additional £500. So which makes their tuition fees only about 15,292 for a year. That is what you'll be able to get for something that's just about an hour away from London. We are still accepting applications for the September intake because luckily we are from the low risk country, which means you still have time to place in your application, get your offers, and proceed. All right, moving to you. Oh, let me just cover on the accommodation. In terms of accommodation, we have a wide range of accommodation that's being provided at Brighton. So it's just not one kind of accommodation. If you're looking at private rented rooms, or you're looking at single rooms, or you're looking at shared rooms, or any kind of we have a whole range that you can choose from, and they're all guaranteed university managed halls for the first year that you come in, and we have a whole team that manages it. So if you're coming in for the first year and you need to apply for your accommodation, you can get in touch with the team, and the team will guide you on how to apply for your accommodation, getting a contract. If you're looking for private rented accommodation, they'll actually look at your contract as well and guide you on how to go about it. All right. That is pretty much on in terms of accommodation at Brighton.
All right. So at LSBU, we also have the 2 resident hall designed for our student. So at least for now, I just got back from the university actually. I just learned to know that our university accommodation, we have a lot of available slots. So this is kind of guarantee for our students. So for example, I live at David Bomberg house. The starting rent is only £215 per week. That is include all kind of bill like electricity, water, and the internet as well. So strong point for you choosing the university accommodation is that is inside the campus, so very safe, very convenient. You can literally walk to the Tower Bridge, London, just like 5 to 7 minutes away. And also, you live close to the campus means that you don't need to buy train or bus ticket to go to school every day. You can save on the transportation fee. And more importantly, it is guaranteed. It's guaranteed not just for the first year of study, but for the whole study duration with us, all right? And just a bit of fun fact, no, not a fun fact, sorry, a fact about the part-time job earning. So basically, when the students study doing a part-time job in the UK, they are earning from part-time job actually can cover for our rent fee. So this is something I always try to share with our prospect student to let they understand that our tuition fee is already affordable, but at the same time you have a lot of opportunity to work at part-time or internship that can also helping to cover part of the living expense as well. All right, so all of the room here is completely new because it just rebuilt in 2022. We only have single bedroom option. It means that more privacy. The only shared space is shared kitchen and shared entertaining areas. All right.
Okay, we've come to almost the end of our presentation, but we would love to hear from you now that we have presented both business and engineering. And what are the scholarships? What are the tuition fees? What are the kind of areas that Brighton and LSBU has to offer in its best ways? After listening to all this, what do you think are your hurdles to promote these programs to the student?
Okay. What is the most challenging things that prevent you from recruiting students for our SPU and Brighton? We want to know, your point of view on these products, and then we can bring the feedback back to the universities and improve our programs.
Oh, now we have only one participant. I think we have 20 people in the webinar, so maybe please please join in. I think everything in Thai market is a challenge now. They don't know what to type first. Everything is a challenge. Mm,
Scholarships, that seems to be highlighting as the big one. Do you think the scholarships that we offer is not sufficient enough?
you can elaborate more in the chat box as well if you want to say some more things. We do have the Q&A chat box.
Ranking, variety of courses. Compete with local universities. All right, that's good to know.
Right. So for my point of view, when it comes to talking about this scholarship, it's more like about talking about the entry point. But from our point of view, I think when you guys do consultation with the student, sometimes we also need to talk about the outcome point as well. So both LSBU and University of Brighton, we have a lot of characteristics that, we focus on employability services and the outcome of the student rather than just, compete with other university in terms of ranking, right? So it is more like I do hope that the counselor team can see this as a more like a life coaching experience rather than, just focusing on the entry point. Because as a student, actually they can really, explore our websites and the internet to talking about the ranking and the scholarship. But things the counselor can really do is, having more conversation about the outcome as well.
I like one of the comments which mentions post-study opportunity, testimonial from Thai student. That's really good too. That is something that we can work on. The post-study opportunity is something I think we would like to emphasize a bit more as well. It's in terms of employability. Are you speaking about post-study within the UK, or are you talking about post-study when you come back?
I believe both, Marian.
So if there's something that we can support, please do let us know what we can do to support. Do you think if we show certain projects, will that help? Or say, for example, now you've mentioned testimonial from Thai student. Yeah, we can definitely work on getting that sent over. In terms of variety of courses, maybe you want to share what are the kinds of programs that you're looking at. If there is a demand for it, then that might be a possibility for us to put across to the university as well. All this information would be very helpful to us as well. Okay.
Yep. All right. I think we have a bit of input to improve our programs and the product as well. And that is the last activities that we got, right?
Oh, actually, we do have one more slide here.
Okay, right.
In terms of intakes. So for our intakes, as I mentioned earlier, for September, we still have all of our courses open. So if you'd like your students to place in their application, please proceed. And if they would like to be entitled for the early bird payment discount, they can make their payments by before end of June. And for January, some of the programs will be open. Please refer to the website for the updates. LSBU, how is it for you all?
Yes. So we also have September intake is the main one where all of the courses can be open. The other two smaller intake, which is January and May, we only offering business and computing areas. So similar to Brighton, we still have application open until the 1st of August, and all kind of the scholarship at LSBU is automatically reviewed. So as long as the student can receive the offer letter from LSBU, they can be eligible for our scholarship. So if you still have some last minute application, yeah, we still have time for you guys to proceed with the application, right?
And that pretty much sums up our presentation for today. Do we have any questions or Q&A that we can address over?
All right. If you have any question, please bring it to the chat box, or you can raise your voice so we can answer you guys directly.
Yeah, if anyone have any questions about anything, not only the university, but can ask about the UK, the city as well. Yeah, please feel free to put the question in.
Shall I stop sharing the slide?
Yes, please.
Okay. We don't have any questions at all.
I think there's a lot of information to be digest in. So yeah, again, we do appreciate your kind support to spending the time with us today. And all any question might arise in the future, please feel free to reach out to Yes Education team and also to me and Marian. We are happy to support as well. And right after the session, I think both of us can share the slides, right? And the materials to all the participants. Yes.
Yeah, we will share it with Yes Education, who will then circulate it to all of you. So we have a question here. Are the scholarships offered every year for UG? So, Bao, would you like to explain first for LSBU?
Yes, we have two types of the scholarship for UG candidate. The first one is merit, can be applied every single year, £2,000 per year. The second one is global success, is only for the first year, and it's up to £3,500 for that first year. So it really depends on student GPA and their transcript at high school level. Then we can decide the amount of the scholarship.
As for University of Brighton, the Vice Chancellor Scholarship is for every year of your program. And if you're applying through the agent as well, they get an additional, as I mentioned just now, they get an additional £500 for every year of their studies. So yes, we do offer them for every year of the programs. Do we have any other questions?
If not, I think we can end the webinar today. Yeah.
So first of all, we would like to thank Pavan, Kitty, and Timothy for organizing this. From both Bao and myself, thank you very much for your time, for organizing this. And everyone, thank you so much for participating. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, from our side, we also thank you very much for London Southbank and Brighton for thinking about Yes Education and want to do this webinar with us. We are happy to do the other series of webinar with you as well. So yeah, we can have a discussion on that, and we can do like the combination between Thailand and Malaysia again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that will be great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you.
Bye.
Kitty and team as well. Thank
Yeah.
you, every agent that joined us today.
Yeah.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye.